Everybody's in here with a really important update, right? This is one of the more important videos I've ever put out, right? The rest don't count. This one is the most important. So, you may notice the name is different on this character, and that the server's different, and that the legacy name is different. Well, I'll get to that in a second. But I think I first have to preface this with, all week, the Star Wars servers have been opening up for free character transfers. So they take like a pool of servers, and then they make it so all of them will transfer to a much larger server. And the reason they're doing this is to make the population on the servers like massive, kind of like what they were at launch. Now, Space Slug, which was the server we were on previously, was the server we were put on at launch because our guild was a pre-launch guild, right? So that's important to know because we were on that server, and it was still, even you know, today when I logged in, there was still quite a few people. There was 80 people on the fleet, but rapidly, within the course of 30 minutes, that changed from 80 people to 4, right? And the reason why is because of the server transfers. These are free character transfers, and our guild decided this is the best route for us to take, right? Because the server, everybody was migrating off of the server onto this much larger server called the Harbinger, which is a pretty cool server. So if you're ever looking for us now, we are now on the Harbinger. It's the new server. Let me even go to the server selection, get this over with, so you can even see it. Right, so Space Slug server we were on before, this is now standard. It's mid-afternoon, so people are at work and stuff, and it's, I think when I was just in the fleet, let me log back in. So you could see the name there, PVE West Coast. But as I logged in earlier, on the Imperial fleet, were 3 phases, and the phase that I was in, on this character, my bounty hunter, looking quite not stylish at all, but you know, whatever works. I think there was 222 people when I first logged in, and then quickly went to 240 people. Now that was in one phase. There were 2 other phases on the Imperial fleet. Same thing on the Republic fleet. There were over 200 people in the phase I was in, and there was another phase already started with a couple hundred people as well. So there's a large population server, and I like it quite a bit. It's much easier to find groups, much easier to find people. But when I mean, my legacy name, the Fett legacy, was taken, so I changed to the Lantean legacy. That is a Stargate reference. If you didn't catch that, the Lanteans were the people who lived in Atlantis, which is a season or a series of Stargate Atlantis. So that's important to know. So that's my legacy. I had to change it. It's kind of sad that I don't have the Fett legacy anymore. I mean, my bounty hunter is my main character, so it's a bit disheartening. I was able to keep the names of my bounty hunter, my Jedi Sage, my commando, and my warrior. However, Raffiki was taken. Go figure. So another Stargate reference here. I've renamed him to Jonas-Quinn. I was going to rename him to, I was mulling over the idea of Eli, which is another Stargate reference. All of these are going to be Stargate references, just so I don't have to preface it. But I was thinking of Eli or Carson Beckett, even John Shepard, even thought Daniel Jackson, but I unworthy of all those, so I decided on Jonas-Quinn because he looks like a Jonas-Quinn. It's just perfect. And so if you want to find us, you know what server to find us on. You know my names. These are the character names. The other 3 slots are just low-level characters I don't level yet. They're open to suggestion, but they're open. The last very important thing about this is our guild recruitment is now completely open. Previously, we had closed recruitment, so only certain people could join because it was just easier to manage that way. Well, we're blowing the doors off of it now. Anybody can join. All of you guys can join. We do have some guild rules, just so you know. You have to remain completely nice to everybody in a public setting because you're representing the OSWguild name, and that's important for us to keep a high-quality standard of the players that we have. So, you know, you got to remain nice to people, and there are no exceptions. If that is violated, it's just an automatic G-kick. We're going to have moderators and stuff. Maybe I can even promote a couple of you guys who play a lot to being a moderator, but now you know what server we're on, the Harbinger, PVE West. come hang out with us. Even just make a character to chillax. Still getting all the guildies invited and stuff. It's a long process to get everybody transferred over and get all that coordinated. So if you see a lot of weird rearranging in the guild going on, that's just simply because of just having to get everything sorted out. But we only have at the current time of recording this, we only have our Empire Guild made. We'll have Old Spice for Ewoks made on the Republic side later today, hopefully. So on that note, I mean, we'll hopefully see you guys in the game. You guys can come hang out with us. We don't have our TeamSpeak server up yet for mass quantities of people, but we'll get there eventually. And on that note, we'll see you guys next time.